Hi, Coach Addison here. I hope to help you and your student be safe out in the heat this summer. Since we are starting virtual, I just want to make sure that we cover the heat expectations for our CASHA rules and just prevent student from getting heat illness while they're running outside. I want them to be able to monitor themselves. So, in order to prevent heat illness, make sure your student is staying hydrated. So what that would look like is their urine color should be a light yellow. If they're going out and they're already dehydrated, then that's going to cause more issues when they get out in the heat. So also, the next one is don't run outside if it's too hot. I have a chart below that I'm going to talk about with you about humidity. So try not to go out when it's too hot. Maybe do an early morning run. Eventually, your body will get used to the heat, but right away, just try to run when it's cooler outside. If you are on a run and you start to get overheated, it's important that you immediately stop running and find shade. Let your body temperature cool down. When you stop running, your heart rate's gonna lower, and hopefully that will um, help you cool off. Then, if you still feel a little tired, try to walk the rest of the way home. And then, if it's really bad, maybe if you see someone, you could ask for help or for some water. If you are running outside in the heat, you could put water bottles at various locations on your runs. You can stop and take drinks. I do that a lot on my runs. So that's just a good way to stay hydrated in the heat. Also, if you have water, you can pour water down the back of your head and down your neck, and that will help cool you off as well. So if you do decide to run in the heat, try to bring water with you. Okay, so some signs. If you are starting to get signs of heat illness, you're going to feel dizzy. You might have muscle cramps and tightening. You're going to get lightheaded. So I think being lightheaded and dizzy is probably the most common signs of getting heat illness. So if you feel those, try to immediately stop and find some shade. And then maybe after your heart rate slows down, you can cool off and walk home. So those early signs of heat stroke, this is when it's becoming too late, is nausea, vomiting, disorientation, fatigue, excessive sweating. So we don't want to get here. That's why it's important if you're up in this area to just stop and walk the rest of the way. So signs if you do get heat stroke are your core temperature is about 105 degrees. Um, and your increased heart rate, it could lead to a seizure, rapid breathing, low blood pressure. So we don't want to get to these signs here. So that is why it's important if you feel dizzy or lightheaded or you're starting to get muscle cramps to immediately stop running. Okay, now I'm going to kind of explain to you these heat zones. So CASHA, the Kansas Athletic Associations, gives us these standards to go by. If the zone one between 80 and 89 degrees, um, if a if you're out running for an hour, you must take a 3-minute rest break for each hour you're outside. Or yeah, a minimum of 4-minute break. So for each hour, try to take a break. And then zone two, between 90 and 103, try to take 4 hydration breaks and then a minimum of 4 minutes. And then the zone three, we don't even go outside for this zone. We stay inside and try to keep everyone safe. So I wouldn't even recommend being outside in the zone three. Okay, so this is the heat index, the temperature included with the humidity. So if it's 95 degrees outside, 94 degrees, and the humidity is 50%, it really feels like 100 degrees out. So that puts you in that zone 2 area. Um, so again, if it's too hot, just don't run outside, and we can give you alternative activities to do. However, just try to get up in the morning and run. That way, you're not on that line of getting heat illness or heat stroke. So, Coach Addison and Coach Sandoval really want you to be safe running in the heat. So, try to stay hydrated. Try to bring water bottles out with you. It might be important to stay close to your house. So, if you're running around your block instead of going out too far, those are some other ways you can prevent getting heat illness. Stay safe. We love you guys.